أجمعين والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning to everyone. My courtesies to our Grand Mufti Ustaz Abu Huraira, the Minister, our Minister of Health, Dr. Sabrullah Patwan, the Deputy Minister, Dr. Zulkarnain Abbas, then the representative of the UNICEF country representative, I think he is, and then a representative of the UNFPA, who is here with us also. We also have some officers of the Ministry of Health here with us, and other distinguished guests. Our minister here also of Minister for Trade and Industry, Minister Tadi. Other members of the BTA and officers, members and workers of the Ministry of Health. Thank you very much for inviting us to this affair, and I'm very glad to share to you whatever is my opinion with regards to the issue we are discussing today. We would like to first greet everyone in the Ministry of the Health and the Darul Ifta for conducting this affair in order to ensure that the activities of the Ministry of Health and is in line or not contrary to the teaching of Islam. This is well in line with our aspiration and advocacy to implement a moral governance in the Bangsamoro Autonomous Region in Muslim Mindanao. Let me just briefly give you the our idea on what is moral governance. Moral governance might be new to everyone in the government and in the political scene in our area. But moral governance is simply making sure that the government will be implementing the values of what we believe as the right values, and that is the values of Islam. We know that the teachings and values of Islam is not only for the Muslim, it is for the entire humanity. It is a universal values that if implemented, it will redound not only for the good of the Muslim, but everybody in the area. You will notice, or Mufti will just correct me if I'm wrong, you will notice that in the Quran there are several verses which is not only addressed to Muslim, it is addressed to insan, meaning humanity. It is addressed to everybody. So most of the teachings of Islam is addressed to the entire humanity, because it is for the good of entire humanity. So that is why we are ensuring that if we can have a government which we can rightfully call implementing moral governance, then I am sure that we will attain the aspiration of our people, the aspiration of real peace, the aspiration for progress, the aspiration for prosperity, because we will be in line with what Almighty Allah is teaching us. So that is briefly how we summarize. Anyway, there are groups now working on the issues of moral governance, and we hope that we can come up with a very clear guideline on how we will implement the issue of moral governance. Now, today's affair, it may very well be safe to say that what we are about to conduct today is maybe termed unorthodox in many ways, especially in the secular and religious aspect of our lives. Unorthodox in the sense that we rarely get to discuss this issue on productive health and family planning with the guidance and perspective of our ulama. And the opinion in the national setting has somehow been polarized, although we have seen a more liberal acceptance and practice involving immunization. So there are two topics na dinidiscuss natin dito, yung immunization at saka yung productive health and family planning. So kaya dinidiscuss natin ito because we want to ensure na hindi natin mababayulate kung ano yung provision ng Islam as far as productive health and family planning. Kasi kailangan mag-click ito sa atin, and that's the very reason I think why our Executive Director of the Darul Ifta is here with us to share his fatwa on the issue of reproductive health and family planning. Likewise on the immunization, because we make sure that immunization will also be halal, because halal in Islam is what is good for the human being. That is why there are many haram in Islam declared as haram, because it is destructive to mainly destructive. Foods and drink which are declared not halal in Islam are destructive to the health of the individual, and that is why it is declared as haram. This is why we recognize the need to shed more light regarding this issue and the need to bridge the opinion of our ulama and the contemporary efforts of our Ministry of Health. As a people who are a strong adherent of the teachings of Islam, it is imperative for us to discover whether such solutions are appropriate to the Sunnah of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and the revelations in the Noble Quran. As early as 2015, there have been several efforts to in mainstreaming this decree in the Bangsamoro. In fact, our brother Mufti Abu Hurairah Dasan during the same year has provided similar approval on the fatwa on the model family in Islam published by our partners from UNFPA and Population Commission and the former DOH ARMM. In addition, the MOH BARMM has also provided a similar effort on fatwa on immunization last March, thus making this expanded program a continuation of such effort and promulgation. In a more practical sense, the Bangsamoro is in dire need to navigate medical solutions involving immunization, especially with the recent resurgence of polio in the region. We also need to address the reality as to why the BARMM continuously records the highest in population growth. As early as 2008, the National Statistics Office has already recorded then ARMM with a 5.46% population growth rate, twice than the national figure of 2.04%. Inaasahan po natin na sa gabay ng ating mga ulama at galing ng ating mga professional na sa medisina ay mabibigyan solusyon natin ang mga nasabing problema na may kaakibat na tiwala na hindi labag sa ating paniniwala ang anumang alituntuning ibibigay ng ating Ministry of Health. With this, I would like to ensure everyone that the leadership of the BARMM from our office and throughout all office of the ministries will ensure that we will strongly advocate for moral governance as a way of our government to ensure that all the anomalies and illness in our system of governance will be eradicated, inshallah. So thank you very much for this, for giving me this opportunity to contribute, and I hope that for the success of this program, we really need to ensure our people that what we are doing is in line, not contrary to our belief. And that is why we are doing this fatwa for the Reproductive Health and Immunization Program of the Bangsamoro Autonomous Region in Muslim Mindanao. Thank you very much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.